I don't know, I can't find it. They did get to see me. Oh my gosh, y'all. So I was looking on my phone, as most of us Gen Z people do, and I saw a video which I'm about to play.
Dude, this is a f***ing drone, bro. There's a whole fleet of them. Look on the ASA. My gosh. They're all going against the wind. The wind's 120 knots from the west. Look at that thing, dude. That's not our LNS though, is it? It's not. That is an LNS, dude. Well, if there's... Look at that thing. It's rotating. Nickel 6-1 Tango, Roger, over. Oh, got it! Woohoo! Roger, there's troubleshooting as soon as I Did you box moving target? No, I took an auto track. Oh, okay. Oh my gosh, dude. Wow, look at that, man. Look at it fly!
So as you can tell, as you can see on the vid, that basically the government is saying that aliens exist, or if not aliens, UFOs exist. And to be honest, I'm gonna be real with you. I'm gonna keep it 100. I'm gonna keep it 100, my sirs, my ma'ams and my sirs. This is not surprising. To be honest, I mean, throughout pop culture, seeing aliens in media and a lot of other things, it's not surprising. There's a lot of I feel like subliminal messages that we see on TV and a lot of other things. I mean, so basically, you know, just like they make movies about dinosaurs, the only thing about aliens is they haven't really had evidence about aliens. There have been people in the past, literally, who have said, I've seen an alien. People who went to space, I've seen an alien. People who went out into, you know, the universe, which is basically just the moon, because, you know, we don't have enough technology to make it that far. Or do we? I don't know. The government finds a way to lie to us. But, yes, aliens do exist. Now, I've talked about this so many times. I've talked about this. I've said aliens exist. Real. And of course, you have some people that believe and some people who don't. Now, I don't understand how some of y'all could believe that the moon is the reason why your personality is shitty and not sit there and believe in the existence of aliens. You believe that a planet can shift the way that you think and can make you a shitty person, but you do not believe in the existence of aliens? I don't get it. Personally, darling. Personally, when looking at a lot of the stuff, when looking at a lot of the evidence, I mean, it's real. But, I mean, okay. I mean, it's no coincidence. It's no coincidence that, I think some of you forgot. I think some of you, it's lost your memory. Let me pull up the vid. Did you forget about the raid to Area 51? that everybody hyped up and then it turned out to be, did you forget? I didn't. I didn't forget, sweetie. I never forget. And to be perfectly honest, it was a disappointment. Area 51 ain't out there, obviously. That was just a cover up. I feel like the government is somewhat like Men in Black. A lot of it is basically hush hush. Aliens live amongst us. Of course they do. Just like spirits live amongst us. But it's easier to not believe than to believe. Just like you could sit there and say someone's God doesn't exist. No offense to my fellow atheists. I love, well, I can't say fellow because I'm not an atheist. Anyway, no offense to you guys, you know, but I'm just saying it's easier to sit there and ignore the reality of something than actually have faith and believe it. That it's real, especially when everyone's like, well, we need the evidence. When looking at the video, though, when looking at the clips, I mean, what do you think that is, darling? Do you think that's just a regular degular airplane? That's a spaceship. It literally has the design of a spaceship. Has been videos, and this also goes to religion, because a lot of people think back in the day that aliens were well, a lot of people think that aliens are spiritual, you know, angels and demons and stuff like that, which probably is true. I mean, do you honestly think that all of those people back in the day were able to make a pyramid just by themselves? I don't think so. I don't. No, baby. And I do think that gods, in a sense, are aliens. That's why I think that gods derive from aliens.
Salyut 7 Space Station, July 12, 1984. Cosmonauts Oleg Atkov, Leonid Kazim, and Vladimir Solovyov enter the 156th day of their 237-day stay aboard Russia's Scientific Research Space Station. To date, everything has gone according to plan. But on this day, all 3 crew members witness an extraordinary event.
In 1984, Soviet cosmonauts on board Salyut 7 saw a strange orange glow around the spacecraft. And they saw what they thought at first was maybe a gas leak. But it seemed that the whole station was surrounded by this orange cloud. And as they looked at it, the cloud coalesced into a shape.
Suddenly, they are all blinded by this orange light. When they regain their vision, they look out the portals of the spacecraft and they're astonished by what they see. They describe seeing 7 angelic beings that are traveling alongside their spacecraft and did so for 10 minutes.
Whatever it was they were witnessing, it was real. It was out there. Now, angels, aliens, I don't know, but when one looks at the recurrence of winged figures in human history, in terms of religion, in terms of culture, mythology, are we looking at something real? Are these angels that we see actually extraterrestrial entities?
Now we have an old man here. An old man, right? What is his name? Dr. Boyd Bushman made the extraordinary claims in his last ever interview and showed pictures of what he alleged were extraterrestrials. He said people at the secretive U.S. Air Base are studying UFOs 24 hours a day and that he helped develop flying saucer technology for a major defense firm. The scientist's claims were made in a video recorded before his death in August and posted recently to YouTube. Not too recently, because this was, when was this published? I believe this was published in 2014. Yeah. So I assumed this was the actual video, but turns out someone literally just took screenshots of the actual video and put mysterious alien music over it. You know, I'm kind of hurt. I thought I had something good, and it's really blurry too. That's also unfortunate. Yeah, ooh, alien. Oh god. And so, with respect to the alien craft, we have American citizens who are working on UFOs 24 hours a day. We are trying to learn what to do. The Area 51 military base in the Nevada desert, America. Mr. Bushman claimed the extraterrestrials are 5 feet tall and that one or two of them are around 230 years old. He added that at least 18 operate with our facility. He said there are 2 groups of aliens. They divide them into 2 groups. It's like a cattle ranch. One group are wranglers and the other are rustlers, the settlers of cattle. The ones that are wranglers are much more friendly and have a better relationship with us. Aliens exist. Now, of course, I'm sure when this came out, oh, he's faking, the government tried to hide it. Now the government is saying, well, look, it's real. Because they're going to keep coming, and we can't keep sweeping it under the rug. You guys are obviously going to sit there and be like, the aliens are real. So obviously they know that aliens exist. Aliens exist. Going back to my content, going back to my other vids, Mr. Bushman wasn't the only one. You have another vid.
Major Gordon Cooper was one of the men chosen for the Mercury space program. His historic flight aboard Faith 7 lasted a record 34 hours, and he became the first man in history to orbit the planet 20 times.
3, 2, 1, 0, liftoff.
Astronaut Gordon Cooper returned to Earth as a true American hero.
All I can say is that it certainly is a great honor to be invited here and to be presented this award, and thank you all very much.
Today, Gordon looks back at his historic spaceflight.
It's very impressive out there and very awe-inspiring. And when you look out here at this big universe that God has created for us, it makes you feel awe. It's very humbler, but it's very impressive and very awe-inspiring to look back on Earth.
Before Gordon Cooper entered the space program, he had his own encounter with a different type of space traveler. While flying over Central Europe, his fighter squadron came on a formation of UFOs.
There were a number of extraterrestrial vehicles out there cruising around, flying the same kind of formation we fly in our fighters. They didn't have wings, they were saucer-shaped, and we never could get as high or as fast as they were, so to really positively identify them, but they were metallic looking and saucer and shaped. And they could do a few maneuvers that we couldn't do in an airplane, like just horizontally displace themselves rapidly, be flying along and just move over rapidly.
Gordon Cooper's UFO sighting wasn't his only close encounter. In 1958, he was working as a project manager at Edwards Air Force Base in California.
Film crew working for me on a project I was doing to put a precision landing system in on the edge of the dry lake bed. And they were filming the various stages of the installation, and a small saucer apparently flew over and put down some landing gear and landed out on the dry lake bed, only about 50 yards out.
Now, I'm sitting here thinking to myself, when are the aliens coming? When are the aliens coming? Because obviously the aliens exist. At this point, we're waiting. You know, it doesn't make any sense for us to sit there and have all of these movies about people with telekinesis and all of these other things about monsters and all of this stuff. At this point, it's easy to say fantasy because we want it to stay a fantasy, don't we? As human beings, it's easier for us to sit there and say stuff is fantasy because why would we want that to be real? Do you want that to be real? Do you want to sit there and have aliens be real? Why would we want the possibility of an alien invasion be real? We don't want that, but it could be real. Aliens exist. You really think that we are the only ones in the universe? That's idiotic. We haven't even been able to make it outside of the Milky Way. We haven't. We can't even get out. The aliens come zoop, 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 and then go back to their homeland. We sitting here like sitting ducks, like, okay, well, we made it to the moon. That was good. And then it was like, okay, well, let's see if we can make it to Mars. And let's see, well, can we go to Pluto? Oh, wait, Pluto's not a planet anymore. Okay, never mind. You know, scratch Pluto. There was something that I read. There was something that I read that I thought was really interesting.
Aliens definitely exist, and they could be living amongst us on Earth, says... It's time to take UFOs seriously. Seriously.
And the funny thing is, a lot of people still aren't going to believe it. During this pandemic, I feel like this pandemic is a distraction. I feel like Miss COVID with her world tour is a distraction, because if Miss COVID didn't exist, a lot of people would be worrying about this. Do you understand? I'm telling you, we can't sit there and do a whole Area 51 raid, and then all of a sudden this whole thing about aliens pop up, and it's like, okay, well, you get millions of views on YouTube and that's it. And then we go back to the election and then the COVID.
There are various objects, two of which look like aircrafts, spinning through the sky and moving in ways that defy easy explanation. As the images bop across the screen, you can hear the pilot's excitement and confusion in real time as they track whatever it is they are seeing. I'm not what you would call a UFO enthusiast, but the videos are the most compelling I've ever seen. They seem to confirm, at the very least, that UFOs are real, not that aliens exist, but that there are unidentified objects buzzing around the sky. Now, do I think that aliens are real? Yeah, probably. Are they flying spaceships into our atmosphere? Who the hell knows? The best anyone can say is that there's a non-zero chance that some of these UFOs were made by non-human hands, and that, I argue, is reason enough to talk about them. But it's barely cracked the news cycle. Even in a pandemic, you think we have a little time for UFO talk.
And the pandemic, and it's all a distraction. Wait a minute. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm coughing, doctor. Did you just say alien? No, I know I have to get better, but did you just say doctor? I know I'm coughing. I need my medicine. But what is that? Is that an alien over there, doctor? What are you talking about turning my head? I think I see an alien. They are trying their best to deflect, to distract from what's really going on in society. The aliens exist. We knew the aliens exist a long time ago. You see all of the videos I talked about with these old people talking about, I'm talking about, you know, you seen that old ass video. You know it's old with the old quality and the black and white. You know it's back in the day, baby. You know it's white only back. You know it's colors not allowed. You know how old that video is. Colors not allowed. That's what it's serving me. It's serving me very much. Stay in your lane. Equality. And so when looking at that video, when looking at the other videos, the other material, aliens exist. It's only about when they're going to come. Are they going to come next year? Or the year after that? Are they going to come in a couple of other years? You know, maybe 3,000 years now. Maybe I'll be, 90 years old and dead, and the new generation will see it. I'm waiting for the aliens to appear, because we know you exist, darling. If the aliens ever see my video, if they ever look at this video, and if you want to have a conversation with me, don't eat me, because my family will fight for me. My family will. Don't eat me, alien, because my family will, they will avenge my death. Yeah, they will. Yeah. They will know what happened, Mr. Alien. But if some of the nice aliens want to sit there and try to have a conversation with me and tell me what's going on, will I be scared of you? Of course I will. Will I be shocked that you are in my room or that you're talking to me in person? Of course I will. And you guys be flying in your saucers, zip-zapping through the universe. The least y'all could do is sit there and have a conversation with us. Y'all always having a conversation with the government. Have a conversation with the citizens. And we know some of you are walking amongst us. Don't play games, Mr. and Mrs. Alien. Do you guys even go by those pronouns? Or is it just like, or some, I probably said a cussing word, I don't know. You know, all I know is, that's how I feel. And a lot of people are going to say he's crazy, he's lost it. But guess what, baby? When you look at the movies, don't you see that the old man with the sign talking about the end of the world, doesn't the family, the protagonist of the movie, look at that old man or old woman with the end of the world sign at the end of the street? Don't they look at them and pity them? Don't they look at them and say, these crazy fools, I pray that they get it together? Then all of a sudden, what's going on? They look down and the foundation of the earth is cracking and the buildings are tumbling. It looks like that homeless crazy person was right all along. I'm telling the truth. They exist. Here's my sign with my hobo outfit. Here's my sign. They exist. I'm telling you, there's no reason to sit there if you keep seeing demons in the media and angels in the media and you keep seeing aliens, all this sci-fi and superpowers in the media. The only thing, this is what I've been saying, baby. The only thing that will make it dangerous, and the only reason they probably haven't come out, is because no longer will that question be unanswered. What question, you may ask? The question of what if. When you look at a superhero movie, you can sit there and think about all the possibilities. What if that was real? What if, oh my gosh, what if someone could make someone move with their mind? And of course everyone's like, oh my gosh, I wish I had those superpowers. But then, if that was a reality, the world will go in shambles. Because first, when you have the superpowers, first when the aliens exist, first they're shocked and surprised, and they're curious, and then all of a sudden they're a little bit angry because, oh, that they did too much, or they didn't save my daughter in time, or they were supposed to help us, they're the villains of the world. And you may sit there and think, no, that's only on TV, but the thing is, fantasy holds some truth. And so the thing is, if aliens were to come out, and if people with supernatural powers were to come out, a lot of the world will sit there and marvel at it, and then they'll find a way to be like, I'm angry, get them out of here. They're destroying everything. So that's the way, because I know, I'm a human. I know how we work, honey. It never fails. Throughout history, that's how we act. That's how we act. You're going to have someone come out who's in a position of power, who's going to find a way to sit there and villainize people or villainize another species, and then they're going to find a way to set profit off of that, and then they're going to get mad, and it's going to be a war. It's going to be alien versus humans, just like you saw from the movies. When you sit there and you answer that what if question, and you figure out that these people actually exist and aliens actually exist, now people, they're happy in the moment. They're shocked. They're curious. They're like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. But that's just temporary. Until it really gets, into the whole power dynamic. And then we as human beings realize that we're not the most powerful thing on earth. Because now we can live blindly and sit there and be like, we're the most powerful, the most intelligent beings. But see, I sat there and stopped thinking that when I found out that when I saw an elephant pick up some trash and put it in the trash can. I said, wait a minute, an elephant has more sense than us? And that's just the elephant. We can control elephants, but can we control aliens? Well, Dr. Bushman said we can. For now. Anyway, all I know is, if aliens exist, they exist, which I know they exist. If you don't believe it, you don't believe it. But look to the sky, see the stars. They're here, darling. Alien out. Bye, bitch.